Try this. I'm looking for someone. A girl. Her name's Sasha. Please tell me. Have you seen her? Yeah, this is a waste of my time. I'm hanging up.
Watch out for the strays. They haven't had a prep in weeks.
Creepy fucking robot.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tuss Daryl, and welcome to another, what is this called again? Another Give It a Whirl video. Today I'm talking about Hollowbody. I'm sorry. About Hollowbody, which is a game that I saw on Kickstarter one day, and I was like, yes, I want to supply money to this project. I understand the risks, but considering that the risks are pretty low and that at worst, you know, the product never happens, or at best, it does happen, and it's awesome, then, you know, I'm willing to give it a whirl. So, well, here I am, giving it a whirl. The playable demo is currently out on Steam, and I wanted to check it out and make a video about it. Now, because it's a demo, and if you can't tell, I'm going off script here, because I don't have a script written for this. Again, I'm trying not to do that for videos outside of having some notes, but even in this case I don't have any notes. I'm just going fresh off of my recent playthrough of the demo, which was about 20 to 30 minutes, and about like maybe 10 of those minutes were me thinking about a puzzle that they had that was in there towards the end of the demo. But I don't have a script, so these are just my jumbled thoughts and first impressions of the game.
You think? What gave it away?
Several of my atmospheric sensors are reading concerning levels
That was a
of...
rhetorical question, Beeb.
I recommend that we establish a safe landing zone with the utmost urgency.
It's alright, we will. We're about 3 miles out from where Sasha was posted. You think you can hold on?
There is a statistical probability that ignoring these warnings may result in an incident with fatal repercussions. Sorry, I'm unable to process your request. The root function
Beep.
termination is protected and will require administrator approval.
Shit.
So first things first, this game is developed by Headwear Games, i.e. one person. And I love solo dev projects because I like to see what they can do with the limitations of not having a full team. Even if you are a jack of all trades, there's always a limit. But I also love one-person projects because, well, no one else is getting in your way, really. So, and I don't mean to say that as in anyone I'm currently working with, be it officially or on a side project, you know, oh, you're getting in my way if I'm working with you, but more like no one is encroaching, is that the word I'm looking for? Is that how you say it? On the vision of the product. So what you want is what you're going to do, and whatever you change is up to you. And that's what's exciting about these things. So that was one of the many reasons I was excited about this game. It's also because it's survival horror in a similar vein to I'd say Silent Hill. Maybe yeah, Silent Hill. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else it kind of reminds me of, but most of it is definitely erring on the side of Silent Hill in terms of atmosphere and pacing. I can't say too much about the game's story right now because I'm still trying to parse that from what I've played so far, which was just what we had with the demo. But essentially, you are playing as a woman named Mika. I think it's pronounced Mika. Mika? I think it's Mika. You're playing as Mika, and you're looking for a woman named Sasha, who I'm assuming is either a girlfriend, a wife, some very close friend. I'm not sure. She's taken a job somewhere that Mika was a little wary about, and on her way to go find Sasha, her car glitches out and nosedives into the middle of the street of a desolate neighborhood. Now, outside of that, I don't really know what's going on here. There are monsters of some kind of like the spindly creatures that you fight in Dead Space 3. They kind of remind me of that. You only fight 2, maybe 3 if I explore a bit more maybe, but you only really fight 2 of them in this demo, and I'll get to combat in a moment. But generally speaking, I have no idea what they are, where they came from. There are a bunch of dead bodies everywhere in this really creepy apartment building that you're walking through for a majority of the demo. There's like a missile like that crashed through and is just embedded in the floor of one of the apartment rooms. It's very interesting, at least based on like the atmosphere and the environment itself. It also seems like the game takes place in the future, as you'll find one of the corpses, named Helen Bridges, is someone who was born in the year 2025, which for us is next year. And she died around the age of 30, at least according to her bio that pops up in this really futuristic looking UI pop-up when you get near her corpse. So, I'm not going to spoil the puzzle there, but let's just say it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. So this is, at least for us, our distant future, but maybe not that distant when we really think about it. And the game doesn't really hide that fact that it takes place that far in the future, but it also doesn't feel so out there that it feels unreasonable. Like the kind of locks they have on the doors and some of the key cards and some of the little augmented tech that they have is like baby's first step into the future. Visually, the game is what I would probably describe as very lo-fi, sci-fi, survival horror. I don't know. I don't know if lo-fi is a good way to describe it, but visually speaking, it is decent to look at. And no, I'm not really holding back for the sake of the fact that, this was made by one person. That doesn't really matter too much here. What matters to me here, especially when it comes to survival horror games, is that you nail the atmosphere. And I can say for certain that I was tense a lot of the time. The music is very like, and this is where I'm drawing the comparison to Silent Hill. It's very like in the background, very like airy hums, maybe a light organ here and there, but nothing that really stands out. It just kind of like fills in the void and makes you feel uncomfortable. And now that I say that, maybe there wasn't an organ. Maybe I was just putting that there in my head. I just listened back to the clip. There was indeed an organ. It's just really nicely mixed into like just the general. It feels, it's one of those, how I say it. It feels like you take the organ and you play a few chords, but there's so much reverb, and not in a bad way, but there's so much like reverb and it's so widely panned out that you could almost mistake it for if wind had musical notes and it just hummed by you. That's how I describe like what Akira Yamaoka did with like the more atmospheric tracks in Silent Hill, at least. And I want to give that compliment to this game too. Combat wise, it's all right. It's what I expected out of this game from how long I've been following it. It took a little getting used to at first because so first things first, so this is something that might be a design decision. I was going to say a creative decision, same deal. I don't know how I feel about the fact that if I want to reload my gun, I need to open my inventory and combine the revolver ammo with the gun itself. That is certainly one way to do it. But I like aimed my gun like expecting that if I hit a button, then I reload in that same hand, without having to open the menu. But if that's how we're doing it, then that's fine. That's how we're doing it. The game, at least from what I played from the demo, is definitely slow enough to allow for you to quickly break up combat and do that. And from what I noticed, that's how you equip your weapons too. But other than that, I missed my first few shots when I was shooting, and I thought, oh no, is this one of those things where I need to like stand still in one spot and shoot? But I think the enemy was just in an awkward place when I was trying to shoot her I'm not sure what it is. Either way around, I had to put it down. I was shooting at it, and my bullets didn't look like they were hitting it. So I was like, okay, maybe I don't have like an auto aim or something to help me out. So then I took a few steps back, and I was going to equip the makeshift club. And then I was like, no, let me try the gun a little bit more. And then that's when I redid my aiming, when I put the gun down, then picked it back up, then it locked on and started hitting shot after shot after shot. And then the enemy fell over, and then you have the choice if you want to stomp on them to finish them or just keep shooting them. I think the loop with this game is probably shoot enough to get them down, or beat them down enough to get them down, and then finish them off with melee. So my Project Zomboid approach, really. As for that one puzzle, is it difficult? No. But it does make you think, and I do like that. Like, I don't know how many people would actually walk into that puzzle and think like, oh, I just need to do this immediately, because I was looking around the room for all the clues, and all the clues were there in the room. It's just that nothing had like stood out as this is what the answer is. So in other words, what I mean is, and I'm not going to say the answer here because I do recommend playing the demo. You should, what you need to do is figure out the combination to a safe. I'm not going to say how you do it, but let's just say the answers are there, but the rest you have to do in your head. So I was like, oh, that's clever. I like that. I do like that. And when I got it right, I was like, there it is. The sense of accomplishment I come here to get scared for. And other than that, just exploring the apartment building in general, again, was very atmospheric. I was walking most of the time, had my gun aimed. It was dark, and despite the game having some bugs and stuff like that here and there, still mostly visual bugs and a lack of footsteps when you're aiming your gun versus when you're walking normally or running. I do really think that this game will be something really cool once it comes out. Now, of course, I was one of the people who, I hit my controller. I was one of the ones who, saw it, threw my money at it on Kickstarter. I'm going to get the key at some point. It's supposed to come out sometime real soon, actually, Q1 of 2024. So expect either a stream or just a regular review for it. And I kind of feel like I want to do a regular review for it. I try to reserve my streams for games that I don't intend to review. But, that could change. Who knows? Ultimately, Hollowbody is going to be a really fun game, a really fun experience that I'm definitely looking forward to when Headwear Games drops it on Steam. I don't know if it's dropping anything else, but it is coming out on Steam. I don't know how much it'll be, but I'm, again, looking forward to it. And that wraps up my ramble for this game. Long story short, TLDR, Hollowbody is atmospheric, it's creepy. I wouldn't necessarily go so far as to say scary yet, but it did make me creep around corners and stuff. And when you do that, you're doing something right versus me just running like, oh, I know how this is going to go. I didn't know how it was going to go. So I was very happy with the fact that I just had to kind of just sneak around and walk around and not know what's coming. And each room, I guess if I have to throw one more criticism in there, is that some of the apartment units kind of look samey, and not samey in the sense of the layout is the same because you kind of expect that with apartments, but more like, the same dialogue is used in some places. Oh, this stinks, this is trash, stuff like that. But that's not a big deal to me. Anyway, I did love how some of the corpses were kind of just strewn about. It did make me wary to approach them because I'm like, I don't want you to get up. Are you going to get up? Are you going to? Okay, you're good. Cool. Nice. But anyway, this is supposed to be a TLDR. Hollowbody looks good, plays good, and I'm looking forward to it when it drops. And I think you should play the demo if you're even vaguely interested in what I've said or vaguely interested in what you've seen so far that I didn't get a chance to really talk about. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed your stay. I'm Tuss Daryl. I started streaming again recently on YouTube. So I stream 3D modeling art streams, and I'm trying to do texturing stuff in there too. Every Sunday that I can, I'll post if I can't do it, from 4 to 6 CST. And on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, unless I say otherwise, I will be streaming from 7 to 9 p.m. CST, and that will just be your general gaming stream. But I just wanted to throw that in there in case you wanted to check it out. So if any of this was cool for you, if you enjoyed this first impressions, then please like, please subscribe, or don't. You are completely free not to. I'm Tuss Daryl. This was a ramble of first impressions, but I wouldn't have it any other way, I guess. See you later.